All right, let's just jump right in. You've probably heard this phrase a million times, right? Data is the new oil. But what does that actually mean? Today, we're going to unpack that idea, one of the biggest metaphors of our time.
I mean, think about that for a second. This one sentence signals a massive, fundamental shift in how our world works. It's saying that the most valuable resource on the planet isn't something we dig out of the ground anymore. It's something we create every single time we go online.
It's a really catchy line, no doubt. But is it actually an accurate comparison? Is data really like oil, or is it something totally different? That's the big question we're going to tackle.
So, to get to the bottom of this, we've got to start with the basics. What are we even talking about when we say the word data?
Well, simply put, it's everything. Every time you browse a website, every time you send a message, every click, every like. Heck, even just walking down the street with your phone in your pocket is generating data from sensors. It's the raw material of our digital age.
And here's where that oil comparison really starts to make sense. See, crude oil, when it first comes out of the ground, isn't very useful. You can't put it in your car. It needs to be refined. Well, raw data is exactly the same. On its own, it's just a chaotic mess of information. It has to be refined to find the valuable insights inside. And just like the old oil barons, we now have a handful of tech giants controlling most of it.
But, and this is a huge but, here is the most critical difference between the two. Oil is a finite resource. Once you burn it, it's gone forever. Data, on the other hand, is basically infinite. You can copy it, reuse it, and its value often grows the more it gets used. That makes it a completely different kind of powerful.
Okay, so if raw data is the new crude oil, then what's the refinery? How does all that raw information get turned into something that actually affects your life every single day?
The refinery of our age is artificial intelligence. AI is the engine that can sift through these unbelievable mountains of data to find patterns a human could never spot. It's what cleans, organizes, and transforms all that noise into smart predictions and personalized experiences. Think of it this way. AI without data is an engine without fuel. But with data, it's a revolution.
And you see the results of this refining process constantly all around you. It's Netflix knowing exactly what show you'll want to binge next. It's Amazon suggesting a product you didn't even know you needed. It's Spotify creating that perfect playlist that just gets your mood. It's even in a Tesla, where every single car on the road is learning from every mile driven by the entire fleet. It's everywhere.
Now, it's not all just one type of data. You've got your basic personal data, like your name and email. Then you've got behavioral data, what you click on, what you buy. You've got sensor data from your phone or your smartwatch. And then businesses have their own internal enterprise data. When you put all these different types together, you get a startlingly complete picture of our world.
But let's be real, this whole data boom isn't just about convenience and cool features. Just like the oil boom had some pretty devastating consequences, this data boom has a dark side too.
And this is where the metaphor becomes uncomfortably accurate, because the spills in the data world, well, they're invisible. You can't see them, but the damage they cause can be just as bad, if not worse. So, what do these data spills look like? We're talking about massive privacy breaches that expose your most personal information. We're talking about constant surveillance that happens without you really understanding what you've consented to. We're talking about biased algorithms that can reinforce old prejudices. And don't forget the physical cost. Those huge data centers use an absolutely enormous amount of electricity and water to keep running. This all leads to some huge questions that honestly we don't have good answers for yet. For instance, when you use a free app, who actually owns the data you create? Is it you? Is it the company? It's all buried deep in those terms of service that nobody ever reads. And think about this. If data is creating trillions of dollars of value, shouldn't those massive profits be taxed for the public good, just like we tax oil companies? It really all boils down to one fundamental question. What is data? Is it just another product to be bought and sold? Or should we start thinking about it as a fundamental human right in the 21st century? The way we answer that is going to define the world our kids grow up in. Okay, I know that was a lot to take in, but the goal here isn't to scare you into going offline forever. It's to empower you. So let's talk about how you can actually navigate this whole new world. The most important thing you can do is just understand how this system works. You are not powerless in this situation. Knowledge truly is your best defense. So what can you do, practically? Well, for one, use privacy tools like VPNs and secure apps. They really do make a difference.
Second, before you click accept on a new app, just take 5 seconds to actually look at the permissions it's asking for. Third, keep an eye out for new ways you can actually monetize and control your own data. And finally, stay informed. Know what your digital rights are, because the rules of this game are changing all the time. So maybe in the end, calling data the new oil is selling it short. It's not just a fuel. It's more like the new electricity that powers our entire digital existence. It's the new currency that our economy runs on. And it is absolutely the new language of power. The parallel to oil holds true in one last crucial way. The decisions our grandparents made about oil a century ago defined our entire world, from our cities to our climate. The decisions we make about data right now, today, will do the exact same thing for the century to come. The only question is, what kind of world do we want to build?